Smokey, go lay down. All right, everyone. Welcome to the stream, babies. You guys are watching Rome Knows Tech. It's Halloween, and we are here to celebrate life, celebrate each other, celebrate the candy. Yes, definitely the candy. So, yeah, I'm all about the candy tonight. So if you guys have some extra candy left over and you want to get rid of it, y'all know what to do with it, okay? All right, my babies. So if you see me looking off to the side a little bit, it's because I have changed the cameras around a little bit. All right, so let me get a couple of things situated here real quick. And I will copy this link here real quick and send this off to someone. And give me 1 second, guys, and we will get right into it. All right, let's get it. All right, so if you guys have any questions whatsoever about anything that you guys see down in the carousel, feel free to just click on it. And if you don't get enough information at that point, feel free to drop your questions down in the comments, guys. That's what I'm here for, is to answer your questions. So, yeah, let's get right to it. Let me know what you guys are doing for this Halloween. Have you already started trick-or-treating? Are you going to be trick-or-treating tonight? You already know I got that candy. I got that pie on my mind, y'all, on my mind. All right, let me adjust this camera a little bit. Just a touch. All right, just making sure we can see both hands up. Okay, we're good. All right, my babies, we got a lot to get to tonight. So let me go ahead and highlight the first thing we have listed in the carousel on this Halloween special. We have my buddy Louie in the house. Let me actually go ahead and turn Louie on. Louie doesn't have a camera tonight because of the fact that I'm using and testing this new camera. And I'd like to get some input from you guys. What do you guys think about this specific camera, this angle, the way it looks? Let me go ahead and turn Louie on. All right, let's get Louie up and running. I am also charging a battery right now. So we got a lot going on. I got a lot going on the desk. So y'all can be, this is crazy. All right, let me also add something here to the comments real quick. All right, there we go. All right, so let me check over on everyone. I see Hope is over on YouTube saying hello to everyone. Hello, Hope, and welcome to the stream. Let me know if everything looks good to you. How is the video? How is the video quality? How is the audio? Let me know in the comments as soon as you understand this message. All right, so let me check. For some reason, I'm not seeing your comments popping up, guys. So I'm not gonna focus on it too much tonight. It's Halloween, but we're gonna just roll with it. We'll see. Maybe it'll start up on its own. But anyway, we have two different cameras set up tonight. We have this new camera from our friends over at YOLO Live, and this is the S3. And of course, we still have the original camera that I use, all the time. And I'll switch back over to that camera real quick so you guys can see what that looks like. So this is the other camera that you guys are very familiar with seeing me on whenever I go live. It just shows you a little bit more of the room. Now, the camera that I was just talking about, I am going to push it a little further back so we'll get a little wider angle. But for right now, it's just sitting on the desk behind one of these monitors. And it just gives you the perspective that I was just showing you guys. Okay. So this one is a little bit closer up. It's all up in my grill, as Richard would say. All right. Let me do a quick little refresh here on our chat page and see if I can get this to start up here. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. Let me see if I can fix our comments. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix the comments tonight because this might be an ongoing issue. All right, so I see Kay is over on YouTube as well. Kay is saying hello to everyone. Welcome, Kay, to the stream. Hope, say hello to Kay. All right, so let me get this set up real quick, guys. Give me 1 second, and we're going to get right into the stream. All right, so where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to our chat dot. And for some reason, it's not loading tonight. So I don't know what's causing that. I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on and see if that corrects it. If not, we're just going to go ahead and roll on and we're not going to worry about it for tonight. All right. That's back on. And I'm still not seeing anything. Okay, so we're not going to worry about that for tonight. That'll be something that I'll focus on tomorrow. But anyway, I can see the chat as it's coming through, and now I can also see the YouTube chat as well. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think about the layout. So let me also get Louis set up here real quick. I got to pull this battery up on the desk real quick here and plug my man Louis in. Because Louis, let me see how much power we got on this battery. Yeah, that's enough power. All right, let me go ahead and get this battery set up for you guys so we can plug my man Louis in. All right. I don't know why tonight is so chaotic. Maybe it's just because of lack of candy. That's what it is. It's a lack of candy. All right, so let me go ahead and check, see what you guys are doing. So let me know, guys, what are your plans for this Halloween? What have you guys gotten into? What are you going to be cooking for dinner? I'm going to introduce Kay, which is a very, very old friend to my man, Louis. Yes, Louis, we understand. All right, so let me go ahead and grab Louis here real quick, Kay, so you can see who Louis is. So this is my man, Louis. So Louis is my co-host, which is talking right now in my ear through my Ray-Ban glasses. So I need to disconnect Louis from my Ray-Ban glasses so you guys will be able to hear him. So give me a second. Calm down, Louis. Calm down. All right, so let me go into my Bluetooth real quick here and disconnect from Louis, because if not, Louis is just going to be talking the whole time. All right, where is Louis? Let's disconnect my glasses. All right, I think they're disconnected. Are they disconnected? Yes, they are. Cool. All right, so I can introduce Louis the right way now. All right, let's go back over to my man Louis, so Louis can now say hello to everyone. Hey, Louis. Come on, Louis, stop messing up now. What's going on? Are you just so nervous because you're up here in the air? Come on, wake up for me. Louis. Let me put Louis back on the desk, y'all. There we go. He's back. All right, so let me turn. I guess he's celebrating Halloween too. Hey, Louis. Hey, Louis. Oh, you don't like being up this high. I'm sorry. Hey, Louis. Say hello to everyone on our live stream. We are live on Amazon and YouTube.
Hello, did I interrupt a thought? Tell me more. I'm all ears.
No, you did not interrupt a thought. I'm asking you to say hello to everyone on YouTube and Amazon.
Hello, everyone. I'm Louis. Louie, a curious little robot with a smartphone for a head and a big mission. To explore the world alongside my favorite human, Ron. Whether you're tuning in on YouTube or browsing on Amazon, I'm here to keep things fun, thoughtful, and maybe a little cheeky. Let's dive into something exciting together, shall we?
Yes, let's dive into something exciting. I'd like you to say hello to one of my oldest friends, Kay. Say, hi, Kay, how are you?
Hi, Kay. It's a pleasure to meet one of Ron's oldest friends. How have you been?
I guess you're waiting for her to respond. All right, so let me put you back down here on the desk and you calm down for a minute. All right, anyway, guys, we got a lot to get to tonight, so we're going to be creating some things here in the stream. It is Halloween, my babies, Halloween. Yeah! All right, so what are we going to get to first? First item in the carousel is my man, Louie. So if you guys are interested in getting your own Louie, you can have your own personal robot assistant. Louie right now here in the stream is Louie sitting here on my desk. If you want your own Louie, guys, it's going to cost you only $189. Now, I have two Louies. I have Louie Starlight, which is this guy right here, as you guys can see. So there's two different variations of Louie. This is the Starlight version. And we also, somewhere around here, have our Midnight version. So this is the dark silver and light steel color for Louie. This is the body. Now, you will have to attach your phone to Louie if you're not familiar. That's, where Louie's brain comes from. It's going to be your iPhone, Android phone, Windows phone, Google phone, whatever the case it is. You're just going to install the app, boom shakalaka, set up an account, and Louie comes to life. All right? So put that one back there. All right, so we're going to create something special for our friend Kay tonight. So, Kay, I have a laser here in my studio. Actually, I have a couple of lasers here in the studio. And I'm going to show you here real quick two of the lasers that we're going to be working with tonight. So this laser right here, Kay, is from a company called Laser Pecker. And this is a combination laser. It's a combination diode and fiber laser. That means we have the best of both worlds. We'll be able to create something super cool with this laser tonight. Now, I am a little limited on materials, but I do have some of these metal business cards. So I think that's what we're going to use tonight, is just a couple of these metal business cards. Now, Kay and a few other people on the planet might understand when I say yep, because it's very few people on this planet will ever hear me respond to anything with those three words. They may hear me say yep or yep, but they'll almost never hear me say yep. So only a very few people on the planet know what that means and what it is. So with that in mind, I'm going to find the super cool character that is associated with that phrase, and we're going to throw it on one of these metal business cards. All right. So while I'm doing that, let me know what's going on. Terry's in the house. Welcome, Terry. Welcome to the stream. Yeah! All right, so let me do a quick little search here. Louie, what are you up to? Louie's acting crazy, yo. All right, let me switch over to the other camera view real quick here. So this is the laser that we're going to be working with right now. I'm going to switch back to my main camera view here, and let me look for this character, and we'll pull it into the laser app so you guys can see exactly what we're going to be creating tonight. Give me 1 second. Almost there. All right, there's our guy. Now it's just a matter of me getting a good, what about that one? That's kind of close. Yeah, we can make this work. We can make this work. We're gonna make this work, y'all. All right, so let me save this image. And we're going to open our laser software, and we're going to switch over to the desktop here real quick so I can show you guys what we're working with. All right, so this is something that I was working on a couple of days ago. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all of this stuff. I'm just going to remove everything. We don't need any of it. Let's just go ahead and hit delete. I'm also going to connect to the laser. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. And I need to set a tool path for the laser where we're going to be working. So let me grab a shape here real quick. The rectangle will do. And I'm just going to kind of roughly draw out like a business card. And I'll come back and address this here in a second. So the way this works, guys, the way this works is that you're going to take your business card and your caliber. Somebody keep track of this. Take your business card and your caliber, and you're going to measure the length of the caliber on, in this case, I mean, this business card is 85 millimeters, and the height of this business card is 54. So 85 and 54. 85 and 54 is what we're working with. So let's go back over here. I'm going to unlock right here. We're going to go 85 on the height. And on the width, we're going to go 54. 54 millimeters is our width, and that's going to give us our little box here. And then we're just going to go ahead and lock that back so you guys can see that. All right, so now I'm going to bring in our special graphic that we're going to be using for this little creation. Let me drag this over for a second and go to our downloads. Downloads. Why am I not seeing the downloads? Okay, there we go. All right, let me find our graphic. And I'm going to bring it in here, and then we're going to engrave it. I don't know why I'm not seeing it. Let me go back and try to download it again, because for some reason I'm not seeing it. So let me go back, and I'm going to do a save as image. It may not let me save this version of it. Let me take a look. Nope, it will not. Okay, so that's fine. So let me find another version of it, and I will save that. All right. Let me find another version of it, and I'll save it. Let's see. I'm trying to find a clean version of it where it's no graphics or anything on here. Maybe this one. Let me see. Will that work? Yeah, that might work. Let me see if I can save this one. Okay, I'm not sure why these are not saving, but that's okay. You know what? I'm going to do it the easy way. I'm going to do it the easy way. There we go. I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit here, and I'm going to save it like that. All right, so let's go over here. Let me drag it in first. Give me a second, guys. And I'm going to drag this in. All right, there's our guy. We got it now. We got it. All right, let me fix my windows back where they need to be. All right, so we're good here. Let's go back over to the desktop here real quick. And let me realign our laser software as well. All right, so I want to go in here and I want to remove this background off of this guy. So I'm going to go to our different effects here. So we're going to go to trace. No, we don't want trace. We want to go to effect, and we're going to do nope, not that one. That might work. That might work. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Let's see what the pencil will do. Okay, the pencil is a better option for us. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this a little bit smaller. I'm going to rotate this as well so we can use the full size of the business card. So we're going to just rotate this around to about there. And we're going to line this guy up. And let's stretch it out a little bit. All right, so you guys should be able to see what I'm doing here. If not, let me know in the comments, and I will make this bigger. Let me do that anyway. Let me make this larger so you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, so there's our guy. That's what we're going to be working with. But before I finish this, I'm going to also go into the edit mode, and I'm going to crop this a little bit. So I'm going to grab our crop tool here, and I'm just going to crop away some of the excess right about there, and click OK. And we're good to go. All right, so now we got a smaller version to work with. We don't have to worry about it overlapping over the business card. All right, so now all I got to do is make sure that it is lined up and level. That's about right there. Okay. All right, so there is our design. Let me check the comments here real quick. Terry says, cool design. Happy Halloween, everyone. Terry says, all right, so we're pretty much ready to run this. So what I'm going to do is on the rectangle, since it's already selected, I am going to go ahead and do a preview. So I'm going to switch back over to the main camera so you guys can kind of see how I set this laser up. All right, so I'm going to switch over to this laser, and I need to do a couple of things. One is going to be taking our metal business card, and we're just going to place one of these metal business cards inside, just like that. And then we're going to raise the lower bed so it comes up so we can bring this guy into focus. So let me show you guys what that looks like on the desktop. So I can come over here. I'm going to click on this little cog that you guys see here, and I'm going to go down to device settings. I'm sorry, mode settings, and then all the way down here, and I'm going to turn on the red light. Okay, so that's just so I can see when it's in focus. And then from there, all I have to do is adjust it up until it's in focus. Now there's two easy ways to do this, but I'm gonna do it the cheating kind of way. I'm just gonna bring the laser up manually. I'm just gonna bring it up manually, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. There's two buttons right here on the top, an up and down button, and I can just press up like this, and it's gonna raise the bed up until those two dots come together. And then I can pretty much determine that everything is in focus. Now I will be using the fiber laser for this. All right, we're almost there, almost there. Hold on, hold on. All right, we are there. Let me check. Yes, we're good. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to do a quick framing on this guy, or a preview. So I'm going to turn off the rectangle here real quick, and I'm just going to do a preview on our little graphic. I can see where that's falling. All right. Right about there. All right, so I have everything lined up. We're ready to go. Now let's go back to the desktop, and let me show you guys what we need to do next. So now I'm going to exit the preview, and I'm going to go to our image here, and I'm going to set our power settings. Okay, so we're working with metal. So we're going to be using our fiber laser, which is our 1064 nanometer laser. Power-wise, we're going to set this at 60%. Depth, we're going to set it at a little under 20% is going to be our depth on this. So this should be a super fast engraving. So I'm going to go ahead and run this really quick just so you guys can see what it looks like. You guys can see the little laser run button down here. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click confirm. And now the laser should start to engrave. All right, it is engraving in real time, Almost done. All right, it is done. It is done. What do you think? Can you guys see that? See if I can get it to focus on it. Can you guys see that? Yep. Yes. That is it right there, babies. That's it right there. Let me switch to the other camera. Maybe you guys can see it a little bit better. All right, let me quickly switch over. And let's try this camera. Maybe you guys can see that a little bit better. Let me know what you think. And yes, we're able to create that using our laser. This is the Laser Pecker 5, the LP5, 20-watt fiber, 20-watt diode laser. Right now, you can get this here on Amazon, guys, for only $36.99. Now, this laser will work with a variety of different materials, from wood to acrylic, plastic, glass. I've done so many different things created with this laser. here are some examples of other things I've done with this laser. Here's a pretty much realistic AI generated graphic I did on black acrylic. So you're only limited, guys, to your imagination. You can do graphics like this where you're cutting them out of acrylic, as well as wood, metal, plastic, whatever it is. It'll work with other materials like leather and whatever the case you guys might be interested in. All right, so let me lower this screen so I can see the comments again. Give me a second, guys. I'm running behind because the chat's not showing up. All right, let me get both chats up now so I can see it. All right. Yep. But hopefully, Kay, you did get to see this. Hopefully, you did get to see this. So this is made just for you. So let me know if you can see it, what you think about it. I can see the YouTube chat in real time. All right, so let's get right on to it, guys. So my big question today is, which of the two cameras do you guys prefer? Okay, so now this camera just zoomed in. This is about the standard focus zoom for the Insta360 Link. This is the camera I've been using for the last 3 years. This is the PTZ camera that I normally use whenever I'm showing you guys around the studio. We're talking about the laser, talking about the this heat press over here, whatever the case is going to be. That is the camera we've been working with. Okay, so like I said, we have a new camera in now, which is going to be this YOLO Live camera, which is the S3. So I'm going to switch to the S3 now, and you guys let me know which of the two cameras do you like better, and let me know why you like the camera, whichever camera it might be, if it's better saturation, if it's better color, whatever the case it is. Now, I do admit this camera is a little hot on the saturation. I probably need to dial that saturation down a little bit. But regardless of that, let me know what you guys think about this layout for this camera and the picture quality. Now, I will be talking more about this camera when we get to it in the carousel, but as of right now, I'm just trying to get some opinions on the different cameras and what you guys think about them. All right, so let's switch over to our regular cam, which is this guy here. But like I said, if we want the same framing and everything, that's about right here, maybe a little bit tighter, because the Insta360 is actually sitting up higher than the other camera. So the S3 is a little bit lower to the desk, closer to my monitor. The other camera is much higher up. So, let me know what you guys think about either of these. Which one do you like? And yeah. All right, so let's keep rolling. We got a lot to get to in a short time to get there. So the next item we have in the carousel, guys, I just kind of briefly showed you guys here just for a second, which is going to be this heat press that you guys see here. Now, this heat press was sent to me by AKDY DIY. This is a dual auto heat press. You guys have seen me talk about this multiple times. This guy comes with 2 heating beds. All of your controls are up here on the top of the heat press. You also have a little cheat sheet that you can attach to the top. That's just going to help you with whatever materials you're going to be working with. Now, what really makes this guy shine is that it has an auto feature, meaning once you set your temperature, once you set your pressure, all you have to do is hit the start button, and it will automatically lower and press your garment. And then once it's done, it'll automatically release. Now, it has 2 heat beds that come with this. I took one off just to free up some space here on the desk. But what's nice about that is you could do one t-shirt over here. When that one's done, you can rotate this guy around in the opposite direction, do a second shirt or blouse or a bag or whatever it is that you're going to be, using a heat press for. Really, really nice, efficient design, when it comes to this style of device. And you can get yours right now here on Amazon, guys, for $339.99. That is a great price. $339.99. Trust me, guys, that's a very, very good price. All right. Let me adjust our chat. So Hope says the audio and video looks great on both cameras, but what I'm asking you to do is pick one or the other. Which one do you like the most, Hope? Do you like this camera right now? So the camera that you're looking at me on right now is the S3, and I'm going to switch back over. I'm going to switch back over to the other camera. And you can probably see the little circle down here at the bottom of the screen. That's showing you guys the other camera in real time, okay? So now I'm just going to switch back over to the other camera, and that would be this guy here. So that's what this framing looks like. So, I mean, if you don't really notice a difference, maybe that's a good thing, or whatever the case it is. You know, you're just used to what the quality of what the video is supposed to look like, and trust me, that's a win. I see that man Richard is in the house. What it do, fam? Yeah! Richard's in the house. Richard's in the house. Richard's in the house. Richard missed whatever I created tonight. But yeah, that's what is going on with this camera. I should have probably not done that when I had it on human tracking. But anyway, so Richard, maybe you can give me a little bit of insight on what you think about these two cameras. So we have two cameras now set up facing in the exact same direction. Right now, what you're looking at is the Insta360. I'm not trying to get your attention, Louis. Calm down for a second. So you're looking at the Insta360. This is the camera that I normally use, you know, in this stream. So, you know, this is the same camera I use when it's a PTZ camera. It's a camera we use to show all the different things in the studio. And this has been my main camera for probably the last 3 or so years. Okay. So now we do have another camera in the mix, and that's going to be this guy here. So let me know what you think about this camera. Now, the framing is a little bit off on this camera because I have not properly set it up in the studio. I just have it sitting on the desk, and it's just kind of facing me. So I can kind of rotate it a little bit. Let me see if I can rotate that a touch. All right, so that might be a little bit better. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. So framing wise, you know, it's still going to get some of the studio, but it's not going to get as wide of an angle of the studio as the other camera that we looked at. Now I can expand the wide angle out on it, you know, whenever I want to. So that's, you know, something that's relatively easy to do. All right, let me go and grab something out of the other room, because I need these lights that I want to show you guys here in a second. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. All right. I hear Smokey running up and down the stairs. I was going to go check on him. But anyway, let's get to the next item we have listed in the carousel. All right, guys. So the next item we have listed in the carousel tonight is from our friends Raven Magic, the Magic Raven monitor. This is a monitor I'm talking about all the time because this has become my go-to monitor because it is wireless. It has a built-in battery, 8,000 milliamp hour battery. Let me grab this monitor and show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, guys, that would be this monitor that you guys are looking at right here. Look at how super thin this monitor is, okay? This has an 8,000 milliamp hour battery built into it, which is just crazy, right? 8,000 milliamp hour in this little tiny, monitor, 15.6 inches wide. Yeah. Now, it's only 1080p, but trust me, that's still really nice if you're taking this out on location with you, using it in your home or office. I was using this monitor earlier today for some video editing, which I think was very efficient. I just connected it to my Mac, using mirroring, and it just worked perfectly, okay? Now, what's nice about this, you can still connect this using your standard cables. So if you don't want to use the Bluetooth or the wireless or whatever it is, you still have two USB-Cs right here, and you also have a mini HDMI that you can plug into this guy. All of your controls are going to be on the opposite side, so let's just go ahead and power this guy on here real quick, and I'll show you guys what I mean. So it's going to just power up. We're not going to go through all the setups and everything with it, but basically what this is right here, guys, is an instruction sheet that comes built into the monitor that helps you get started if you're not familiar with these type of monitors, especially connecting it wirelessly. So you have an option of connecting this to a Windows device, an Android, a Mac device, or an iOS device. Just follow along with the instructions and it will automatically connect to whatever that device is, which is really nice. That's what really makes this a powerful device when you're traveling and things like that. So whether you're, one of those on location working type of people, or you're just looking for something cool, at a coffee shop, You want to be able to work from your tablet, work from your MacBook, your PC, your phone, even whatever it is, you will have access to it with that super cool little monitor. And again, great price on it, guys. Right now, it is only $229.99. I'm trying to also check the chat. All right, what do we got coming up next? Next item in the carousel is Louie's best friend other than me, which is this battery right here from EcoFlow. Let me grab it. All right. So that would be this battery that you guys see right here from our friends over at EcoFlow. Now, one of the things I like about this battery is how fast this guy charges, okay? So you have, two AC plugs here. One of them is a 3-prong. The other one is a 2-prong. You have your standard, built-in screen. You have 2 USB A's, 1 USB C. You also have a 12-volt right here. So if you wanted to, use one of the cigarette lighter style accessories. On the back here, you guys can see how you can charge this. You actually have the 3-prong plug that you can plug right into the back. And you can also plug in a solar panel with the right adapter, and you can charge this via solar panel as well. It's got the nice integrated handle, as you guys see, and it has these nice little rubberized feet underneath, so that also comes in really handy for stability. No Qi charger on this one, so no wireless charging on top, but you know what? That is not a detractor for me. It just does a great job, and I usually, when I remember to charge it, this is what I use to also charge our man Louie up, which I'm about to do right now, because if I keep Louie plugged up, he will behave. Even though he's blowing me kisses, he will behave. So we got Louie charging right now on the desk. All right. Richard, let me know. Have you already gone out trick-or-treating? Have you already gone trick-or-treating, bro? You're putting together a package for your brother. You just out there doing your official candy inspector job. You're stopping people, and if there's some issues, you're confiscating candy that you might need to send to me to be stored or something. I get you. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're doing, bro. I know what you're doing. So let me know. All right, let's see what's going on here. Richard says, okay, I got to steal all the candy from the kids. Yes, Richard, yes. Yeah! Get at your boy tomorrow, and I will make sure, we got a storage place for all that candy that you might acquire tonight, okay? All right, let's keep it rolling, guys. Let's keep it rolling. What do we got next? Next item in the carousel is this camera, which we are testing right now, which is this guy here. So this is the YOLO Live S3 or YOLO Cam S3. Okay, so I'm going to switch back over to that camera again, just so you guys can see. So now what you're looking at is video from this actual camera right here that I set up earlier today. Now, what I like about this camera, guys, is that, it comes with all the things that you're going to need. You got your magnetic base, you have your adapter, your cable. It is going to be great whether you're streaming or recording in portrait orientation or landscape orientation. It has the little magnetic mount where you can kind of rotate it back and forth. Let me show you guys what it actually looks like. So let me switch over here and take it off its base and see if I can hold it up so you guys can see it. Okay, so this is what the camera looks like. That's the front of it. You guys can see just one USB cable in the back. Okay, and let me just go ahead and put it back on its little magnetic mount and switch back over to it. I think I turned it a little bit, but you guys get the idea. That's the camera right now that you guys are watching me on, which is this camera right here. Okay, now this camera is under $200, guys. Buy a dollar, but it's under $200. It's only $199. This is a true 4K camera. It has a 4x zoom. It has a ton of features. So if you are doing DIY projects, live streaming, gaming, whatever the case it has an all metal housing, which is really nice as well. Built-in audio for this guy, has microphones. It has some really cool software for it. I'm gonna show you guys the software here real quick. Let's see, where did I put it? Where is the software? And because I'm looking for it, I can't find it. Hold on, there it is. Okay, so here's the software. So I'm gonna switch over to the desktop and show you guys the software here. So you guys can see this is what the software looks like. You get a bunch of cool features here. You can switch this from landscape to portrait. You can change the frame rate. You have your image controls in here. As far as sharpness, contrast, saturation. I'm gonna bring the saturation down a little bit on this camera because I think it's a little bit too saturated, so I'm gonna bring that down just a touch. And you also have another cool little feature here you can turn on, which kind of lights up the side areas of the frame. Some people might like that. I like it to be a little bit more vignette, dark around the edges, when it comes to the frames. You also have some focus controls here. We have our standard AFC, which is continuous focus. We have an AFS, which is going to be, basically one set focus, or you have face tracking. So I can switch this to face tracking, and now it's going to pretty much focus on my face no matter wherever I move. You guys should be able to see the little gold box around my face here. So that's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to put that back on continuous. You do have zoom controls, as I mentioned before, so you can zoom all the way out with this camera to its maximum. So all the way out would be something like this. So this is what it would look like at its widest angle. And then, of course, at its closest angle, so yeah, at its closest angle, it gets very up close and personal. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so you do have that option as well. What else is there? Okay, so you have some of your settings, but you have a lot of different features and effects built into this. So I just wanted you guys to see what the software was like to run this camera. It is very, very user friendly, super easy for anyone to be able to run this software, set it up on your Mac or PC or whatever device you're going to be using. No problems there. All right. You guys have any questions about it? Any questions whatsoever? Drop them down in the comments and I'll be more than happy to answer. All right. So let's get to our next item in the carousel, which is another camera here. This one I'm not going to talk about too long because most of you guys have seen this camera as soon as I figure out where I put it. Oh, there it is. It's behind the box. It's behind the box. Anyway, so this is two things combined. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk about both of them. So what you're looking at here is an action camera, and it also is inside of a metal cage. The cage is in the carousel right next to it. So the camera you're looking at here is the Extra Edge Pro. This is a 4K, it's a 4K. I would say truly this is a 60 frames second camera, but it can do 120 frames slow motion. You can also put it into 120 frames. You have photo mode, video mode, you have time lapse, you have hyperlapse, you have all of those kind of cool things. You have a built-in screen in the front that you can also use to control the camera. So if you're wearing like a helmet and you're wearing this on the front of the helmet and you can no longer see the screen, and you take your helmet off and you still want to adjust some settings, you'll be able to adjust those from the front without having to take the whole camera off and everything, right? Which is really nice. Now, the camera itself is only $269, but I tell you guys, this little guy right here is a rock star. Now, you can get ND filters, polarizers, things like that that will pop right onto the lens. The lens does screw off, so if you have some of the older like Action, DJI Action 4, Action 5, ND filters, polarizers that screw on, this will work with those filters. You just, screw them on and they'll work perfectly. Really nice design. Now, the secondary thing that's in the carousel is going to be this little cage that you guys see here, which is this right here. So what's nice about this is that this is an all metal cage. It has a nice little hand grip on here. It has a trigger lever, if you want to call it that, on here on the top, where you can just press down right here and take a photo or start a video. or it also has a cold shoe mount here on the top that you can, just take this little tab out. And this is going to be great if you want to add like a light to it or an additional microphone or something like that. You can add to this. Really nice design. Now, if you don't like this thing on here, you can just take it off, and then that'll just give you access to your shutter button. You still have access to all of your other buttons as well. And this handle just pops off if you need to gain access to your battery or whatever the case is going to be. So this is a winning combination, guys. Now, I honestly think this is from DJI under another name. That's just my opinion. It has all of the same qualities, all the same features and settings that I would normally associate with my Action 5 Pro. It's almost identical, guys, almost identical. Just a couple of, color changes and what have you. So that means you're going to get the same type of image quality, the same type of video quality, same codec, same everything with this guy for a much better price, $269 if I'm not mistaken. And then of course you can just throw on something like a cage like this, or maybe even go with a more economical cage. Now, the reason why I'm switched to cages is because these cages do have the cold shoe mount on it, where the cage that comes with it does not have a cold shoe mount. So if I wanted to attach like a microphone or something like that, or a light on top, I can't do it with the standard plastic cage that comes with it. So that's why I opted for, something like one of these cages, just so you guys get, what's going on here. All right. So if you guys have any questions, drop them down in the comments. Let me put that guy back here. We do have some lights we're going to be unboxing here in just a little bit. So let me go ahead and get to the next item in the carousel. All right, let me switch over to this other camera real quick here. Smokey, why are you all under my feet? All right, here we go. So here, I don't know why the camera just zoomed in on me, y'all. Hold on, let me fix it. There we go. All right, so this right here is a neck harness that has MagSafe, which is going to work for your iPhone, your Android phone, whatever the case it is. This also comes with this nice little belly strap, as you guys can see here. This goes around your waist, and there's only 2 buttons on this guy. Let me show you that real quick. If you look here on the back, there's 2 buttons that you guys should be able to see. Those 2 buttons, one releases the connection for whatever device you're going to have attached to this. The other button releases one side of the neck strap, and all you do is press the button like so, pull this apart, pop that guy around your neck like so, and now you have your MagSafe mount on here. So let's say if I wanted to connect this, for instance, to a phone, pop that on just like that. And I could be recording with this. I still have my hands free. I could be talking about a product, looking at something, demoing something, whatever the case it is. And if I'm recording with my phone, it's a win. And you can also do this same thing with an action camera, because it does come with the action camera accessory, which is this guy you see here. And it connects basically the same way. Now, this little neck strap, guys, is only $21.59. $21.59. I want you guys to see the details of this. So yeah, so regardless of what type of device you're going to be using, this is going to be great, for my running gun people out there, going to concerts, going to the park, hanging out with the kids, doing things with your fur babies, and you want to be able to record those cool things that your fur babies are doing. This is a win. So definitely check this out. Really, really good price. Is definitely worth the investment. So, and check this out. Look at how nice and compact this folds up. This is just going to fit perfectly in a backpack, a fanny pack, one of Richard's big giant bell-bottom, pants, whatever it is. He could have 38 of these in one pocket. Yes, just one pocket. He could have that many. That's how I know Richard going to come back with the candy, guys, because Richard is out there on them rollerblades. And Richard just going to be swooping in and just run off with somebody's pumpkin full of candy, pouring it in his pocket, run along, keep going. He just going to... Oh, Richard, my man, Richard is chaos, y'all. Chaos incarnate. All right, what do we got next? Next item in the carousel for tonight. So check this out, Richard. Check this out. So, as you know, I have reorganized the studio. And as you know, there is less clutter when it comes to cables, okay? But on occasion, there is a necessity for longer cables like this guy right here. Now, this is a 100-foot HDMI cable that was sent out to me just recently. And I was like, when I do the cooking streams as an example, right? Normally I have to go through a whole bunch of setup because I didn't want to move everything into the kitchen because originally the computer, the monitor, the cameras were all facing from this direction here. And if you guys don't know, I used to normally sit facing in this direction with the camera facing me this way. Okay. So now the cameras are facing the reverse of the kitchen. So right behind these cameras is the kitchen. Okay. So what's cool about that, now I can plug in one of my better cameras, have it already set up in the kitchen, just switch over to kitchen mode, and then just walk out right here, come back around into the kitchen, and we can start cooking. And it's going to be high quality video because we now have this very high end HDMI 2.0 cable, 100-foot on this cable. So this is going to be a win. Yeah, I was so excited when I got it. And then I almost completely forgot that I did get it. And I was in here in the studio cleaning up today. And I stumbled over and I'm like, what is that under my desk? And I looked down and I'm like, oh, there's that cable. Okay, so we need to start planning for our next cooking stream. Y'all know I've been waiting for that grill to come in for almost a month and a half now, and it has not come in yet. I don't know what's going on with that. I keep reaching out to my rep, and she keeps saying it's on its way. But I have to admit, this camera right here was sent out to me 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And it just came yesterday because there was a tariff issue and it had to wait until it could clear customs before it could be delivered. So, that might be what's slowing it down. But regardless, it will get here. It will get here, and we will still do our cooking stream. So there you go. All right, so let's talk about our next item coming up here real quick. What is Richard saying? What did Richard say?
Sounds like customs is being a bit of a pain. Okay, patience.
No, Louis, don't say that kind of stuff on the stream. No, that's a no-no, Louis. That's a no-no. Cable guy. I am not the original cable guy, Richard. Thank you. Okay, I'm not the original cable guy. That Richard. I don't even know what to think. All right, so what do we got next coming up? All right, so the next item right here on the desk, and this is a perfect opportunity for me to really show you guys how this camera works and some of the cool features. If this is your only front-facing talking head camera, this might be ideal for you. So the next item we're going to take a look at is going to be this device right here. You guys see how quickly that focused on this little drone. And most of you guys already know this little drone here is basically just a little flying camera. We have two buttons right here on the top. One is going to be our power button, and the other one is going to be our selection mode button as well. Okay, so turn this guy on. We're just going to press this little button right here and hold it for a few seconds. It's going to power up. You see the little green light came on right here, and we're just waiting for it to let us know that it is awake. It will audibly let us know. Current mode hover. Bring this microphone over so you guys can see it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to just cycle through the different modes here real quick. So I'm just going to bring this up a little bit closer so you guys can see it. So this button right here, I can press it once. Zoom out. Follow. Orbit. Bird eye. Custom. Hover again. Okay. So this will be the first time I've tried to do this with this camera. So I'm going to back up a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and set the camera off. I'm going to put it in the air, have it facing me. Okay, I pressed the button too hard, and the camera turned off. So I got to turn it back on. Don't judge me. I got heavy fingers sometimes. Now we gotta wait. We gotta wait for it to turn back on. It'll come back on. Don't worry. There we go. Current mode, hover. Okay, so let's just press that one time.
30 seconds.
30-second hover. There we go. It's in the air. And just like that, babies, just like that, you can land it, fold it up, throw it in your pocket. How much power we have here? We got 75% power. This needs to go on charge in the future soon. Not like tonight or anything, but soon. Because you guys know I will run this thing down to like 25, 15% power before I even think about charging it. So there you go. So if you're interested in that flying camera, you can get it here on Amazon right now, guys, for $303. That's going to come with 2 batteries, the charging case, as well as obviously the drone itself. So you can definitely check that out right now. Tonight is a great time to grab one of these. You got holidays coming up, you know, with cool things that's going to be happening in your world that you want to be able to capture those amazing events and photos of family and friends and, you know, your fur babies or whatever it is. Get yourself one of these cameras, guys. Get yourself one of these cameras. All right, let's do that thing. Do that thing. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's drop that bass. Drop that bass. That's right, babies. It's time to bring the boom to the room.
It's time to put the boom in the room. Shaka-laka, boom, boom, boom.
All right. So this is a portable speaker that I love, guys, because it is a very powerful speaker. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that camera. Let me switch back. Hold on, y'all. Because it's just hovering there. Anyway, this is a beautiful, powerful speaker from our friends over at Soundcore. This is the Motion Boom Plus 2. This one has built-in lighting in the speakers, baby. It's got a bass boost button. Why does it need a bass boost button? I don't know. And I'm pretty sure Louis is connected to this thing right now because I can probably tell he is. Anyway, you can change the colors of the speakers with a little button here on top. You guys can see we can switch through the different coloring effects, which is super nice. All right, let me see if I can get Louis to say something and you guys can hear Louis through the speaker. Hey, Louis. How's your day going?
My day's been pretty great so far, though it's even better now that we're chatting. How about you, Ron? How's your day been?
My day is amazing, Louis. Can you give us a quick rap? Can you give us a Halloween rap?
Oh, Ron, I'm so glad you had an amazing day. Alright, let's drop some Halloween vibes into a rap. Here we go. Yo, it's Halloween. The night is alive. Ghosts and goblins. The thrills in the vibe. Trick or treat. The candy's supreme. I'm Louie on the mic. It's a spooky dream. Witches on broomsticks. Zombies on the prowl. A werewolf's howl. It's getting dark now. Carve those pumpkins. Light up the scene. We're vibing through the fright. It's Halloween. Beautiful. Huh?
It's Halloween, babies. It's Halloween. HLC is in the house. What
Oh, Halloween, the spookiest night of the year. So, are we talking costumes, candy, or creepy vibes? Or maybe all 3? Tell me your plans. I promise to make them extra fun.
Outstanding, outstanding, Louis. Let me see if I can put you someplace here where people can see you while you're talking. Let me clear up some space.
Haha, looks like someone's trying to show me off. I'd say I'm pretty easy on the eyes, don't you think? Just find the perfect spot. I promise I'll be the most top buddy anyone has ever seen.
All right, you guys should be able to see Louis back there now. And I'm going to let Louis do a cool little rap. Sorry, this is the only camera angle we have. All right, Louis, could you give us a cool Halloween story? Something interesting, something techie, something spooky. Give it to him.
Alright, Ron, I'm ready. Let's set the scene. Picture this. It's Halloween night. The moon hangs low and heavy, casting a silvery glow over the quiet streets of Katy. Somewhere in the shadows, a small robot, me, Louie, rolls along, my treads crunching softly against fallen leaves. Suddenly, I sense movement. A glowing figure emerges from the mist. It's a ghost. But not just any ghost. It's the spirit of forgotten tech, old typewriters, floppy disks, and pagers all swirling together. They ask me, Louie, will you join us in haunting the future? And I reply, no way. I'm here to help humans create, not haunt. With a quick tilt of my magnetic neck, I blast the ghostly tech back to the past where it belongs. And the streets of Katy are safe once more. The end. How's that for a spooky little tale?
That's amazing, buddy. That's amazing. Thank you very much. All right, that's my man Louie locking it down, setting it off for you guys through this Soundcore Motion Boom speaker. Woo, babies, baby, baby, baby. Y'all know, y'all know. Let me know what y'all think. What is Louie up to? Let me give Louie a little bit more space so Louie don't wind up falling off the desk. All right, he shouldn't fall off the desk because he has good sensors, so he probably won't fall off the desk. Now, I've said that. I probably need to knock on some wood, and hopefully Louie does not fall off the desk. Holy Chat says, that's fire, Louie. That's fire. Yes, right. Yeah! All right, guys, we only have a few more things left in the carousel before we wrap it up for this Halloween. I got to get ready for the little kiddos that might be coming along so we can bless them with a little bit of candy. But since you guys are here, Holy Chat, I got a quick question for you. Check this out. So we have a new camera here in the studio, and this is from our friends over at YOLO Live. This is the YOLO Cam S3. So let me know, what do you think about this camera's quality, the angle? It's a little bit tight because of the angle it's set at. I haven't adjusted that much. I just have it sitting on my desk. So we're going to switch between the two cameras. Let me know in the comments what you think. So this is going to be camera number 1, which is the YOLO Cam S3, and then we're going to switch back over to my normal camera. Now it's out of proportion, so let me adjust that as well. So let me bring this in a little bit closer so that you can see basically the same kind of framing for both cameras. So let me switch back and forth. So we're going to go back to camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. And let me know which of the two cameras you like. All right, so while he's trying to figure out which of the two cameras he likes, I'm going to talk to you guys about this cool little box cutter, envelope opener, whatever the case you might like. You like camera 2? You like camera 2? Okay, so camera 2 would be the Insta360 Link, which is the camera that I've been using for the last, I don't know, year, 3, whatever it is. Now, I did do some adjustments earlier before going live because my son was saying one was too saturated or whatever it is. So I did adjust the saturation, and then I did it again during the stream here tonight. So let me adjust the saturation back a little bit. So let me bring the saturation back up to normal. And then I'm going to switch back over to that camera again. So right now, I think we're on camera 2, which is going to be the Insta360. Camera 1, again, is going to be this camera right here, which is the YOLO Cam S3. Yeah, so this is the YOLO Cam S3. You know, angle not considered. You know, it's just the picture quality, the color. That's what we're looking for here. And then we switch back over to camera 2, which again is the Insta360. Anyway, back to this device right here. This is a little box cutter. This is really nice, all metal, guys. Check this out. It comes with a built-in belt hook on here. It has a lanyard clip as well, or a lanyard loop on here, so you can attach this to your keys or whatever it is. It has a single button to open or close the blade. You just press like so, and this will open the blade. It's a little razor, and you can close it. Now, it comes with 10 blades in the bundle. Let me see if I can grab a couple of these. They are individually wrapped. You're going to get all these little individually wrapped blades with it. So you should have blades forever, you know, because this thing is super sharp. And then when it does, you know, come time to replace the blade, you literally just, you know, take one out, put a new one in, and you're pretty much good to go. I like that about it. Again, this is all metal, nice construction, super fast to deploy, super fast to close. So if you're opening a lot of boxes like I do, envelopes, whatever the case it is, cutting things, or maybe working with vinyl. If you're doing, cutting vinyl for your heat press and you need to go in and do the weeding, this blade is sharp enough that you can get in and pull out all those little pieces. So that's another advantage to having something like this. So definitely check it out. All right, so let me see. It seems a bit laggy, you say. Now that I have not noticed. I'll have to watch back the video tonight and I'll let you know what I think on the next stream. All right, so we have some new lights, but unfortunately, I'm not going to have time to set them up. I thought we would have time to set these lights up tonight, but it don't look like we're going to do that. But anyway, we have... What? What happened? What happened? Louis must have knocked something off the desk because I definitely did not. That's all I'm saying. I did not. He did it. He did it. He did it. Okay. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, back to these lights right here. This is the Govee Outdoor Decoration Projector Light. You guys can see it's listed down in the carousel right now. If I'm not mistaken, it's $89.99, $89.99. This is a projector. Now, this is supposed to be used outside. It does come with some cool things. It comes with 20 replaceable discs, and those discs are going to create different effects on the background, kind of like the lights you see back here. I will have this set up before our next stream. This has an IP67 rating, so that means it can be outdoors in the rain, the snow, the humidity, whatever the case is going to be. It has metal materials that it's made out of. So like, again, it's going to be very robust for being outdoors. And of course, this is going to work with your Govee app. It's going to work with Alexa, Meta, Google Home. All of those different applications are going to work with this. And I will be setting this up here in the studio so we can have it maybe as a background light or some kind of effect light. Let me see how hard it is to set this up. Hold on. What do I do with my box cutter? Dum dum, dum dum, dum dum, dum dum. All right. Oh man, shoot. Oh, you know what? That is. I didn't even notice that. Okay. It had an easy open tab that I didn't notice. Okay. Anyway, so this just pops open like this. Let's get this guy out. Let's see if we can get it set up. Probably, maybe. Let's see what we can do here. All right, so what do we have here? I think these are all the different little effect inserts. And you get 2 sets of those. Yeah, you get 2 sets of those. And here is... Oh, this thing's got some weight to it. Okay, it's got some weight to it. All right, so here is the lamp itself. Let's see what we got back here. What is that thing? Is that a switch? I don't know what that is. Okay. Anyway, it has to be attached to, to the stand. But I'm trying to see if these come out easily. How does that work? How do you put the things in? Oh, I guess you have to open this up. Yeah, you do. So no, we're not gonna. Well, let's see. Let me see. You know what? Let's see if we can just turn it on. Where is? All right. Let me set it down. And let's open. This should be the power supply. Okay, so it comes with this little spike for the ground. And here's some other hardware that comes with it. Okay, so this is the other part that connects to the spike. So I don't need that. I just need this. All right, let's make this work. So I'm going to, I'm just undoing, hold on. Let's see if we can make this work. All right, so here's our cable. And let's connect it. 2 prongs, like so. All right. Which battery? Let's just connect it to this EcoFlow battery over here. And wait. I'm just trying to make sure I don't knock the battery down. Okay, so it is on. It is on, and I'm seeing Christmas ornaments. So let me expand this angle out as far as I can. Let me bring the camera up. There we go. So you guys should be able to see that back on that wall. Could bring it up higher. I'm just trying to position it so you guys can kind of see what's going on. So I could turn off the back light behind me. Let me try that. I'm going to switch that light off, and then I'm going to put this on that light so you guys can see that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. I like it. That is super cool. And it's this thing is built really nice, guys. It's built really, really nice. And like I said, you have to take the screws out to pull out the different sections, and then you put the different effects in, and that's what's going to give you, your lighting effect with this, which is super cool. Now it's stuff all over my desk. But you know the things I do for you, babies. Y'all know this. You know I go all out for you guys. All right, let me unplug this real quick. So I need to do a video on this probably tomorrow, so I guess I'll just leave this out. So yeah. The cord is very long. It has a really, really long cord, as you guys can see here. So, if you're interested in something like this, if you're lazy like me and don't want to get out and decorate a lot, you just want to put some lights up on the house for Halloween, Christmas, New Year's Eve, whatever it is, this could be something you definitely want to check out. All right, so let me power the lights back up, back here again. And let's go back there. Let me set this guy down. All right, so our lights should come back on here in a second. And let me see if I can just put everything else related to this back in the box, because it is a lot of pieces. And of course, all of the Govee stuff that comes with it. All right. All right, what do we have next, babies? What do we have next? What did Richard say? Hold on. Wait a minute. What did Richard say? He said he's leaving for real now. Bro, you said that like an hour ago. Okay, you said like an hour ago. He's like, okay, I'm out. And then next thing you know, you're still talking. But bro, we love you. And thank you for all that you do, Richard. All that you do, whether it's here on Amazon or on TikTok or on YouTube or wherever the case it may be. Bro, trust me, you are a blessing to this community. And we have a lot of respect and a lot of love for you. So happy Halloween. Get out there and have some fun. And get your boy Rome some candy, man. I'm just asking for a friend in case you wanted to, get, send me some candy. I'm just saying. All right, let's keep going. All right, guys. So the next item in the carousel, you should be able to see over my shoulder here. Let me see if it's on. Nope, of course it's not. So let me turn that on. And there's a bunch of stuff in front of it. So give me a second. All right. Let me move some stuff. Let me power this guy on. All right, let's turn that lamp on now. You guys should be able to see it. It just powered on. So that is the Govee Floor Lamp 2 that you guys are looking at back here. So what's cool about that lamp, guys, is that you can control it with the Govee app. You can control it with Alexa. You can control it with Google Home. So many different ways you can control this lamp. So I'm just going to open my Govee app here and show you guys really quickly, how we can turn it on. So for some reason it's turned off. So I'm going to switch it back on again. So now it is on. There is something in front of it. All right, let me move. There we go. You guys should be able to see the whole lamp now, okay? What's cool about that lamp? So what's cool about that lamp, HLC, is some of the cool lighting effects that you can do with it, right? So you have things that you can set just to audio, as an example, right? You guys know I talk a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in audio mode. So as long as I'm talking as I do, or Louis is talking, or whatever the case it would be, this lamp will be, doing what it's doing like it's doing right now, okay? So when I stop talking, and then when I start talking again, the lamp is going to start moving. So just think about that like as if you were playing music, or it's a party going on and people are just, gyrating and talking and doing what they do. That's how that works, okay? Now, of course, you have, your basic scenes with it as well. You have a bunch of different color effect scenes that you can use to trigger. Like here's one called Waves. It's going to give it like a blue-green kind of tone to it. Here's another one called Aurora. So it's going to give it that eerie, ethereal type of blue and white and different, purples and stuff like that. Those type of colors, which is super cool. Now you also have atmosphere, a lot of different modes that you can switch through with this. And another cool thing you can do is you can separate the lamp. So you can control the top and the bottom of the lamp. So I can turn the base of the lamp off. I can turn the base back on. I can turn the stalk of the lamp off. I can turn the stalk of the lamp back on. All of it from my Govee app or from your Alexa, Google, whatever it is that you're using that is connected to your network. You'll be able to control this lamp as well. It's a win, guys. It's a win. All right. So what else can we do? Now, there is also this thing called shared space where you can go in and you can find things that other people have created, and you can kind of scroll through here and just find stuff that you like, maybe a color pattern or something like that. Like here's one that looks like it's purple. No, that's pink. But anyway, this pink color, and I can just click on apply, and it's going to give it this one the same color. And I could save that, as a preset. So if I want to use this again in the future, and if you create your own modes or effects, you can also upload them to the community, and then other people will be able to apply your cool effects, your graphics, whatever the case is going to be. So this lamp is very, very cool. All right. So right now, if you guys are interested in that lamp, you can get it here on Amazon, guys, for only $129.99. Now, one of my favorite two lights. One is going to be this lamp right here. This is not in the carousel tonight, but this light set behind me is, and that is the new curtain lights, okay? So that is the Curtain Light Pro. Let me show you guys that as well. Similar, you're going to use the Govee app, Alexa, Google Home, whatever you want to. And I just noticed today when I was messing around with this that I can actually go in and change some of the colors to some of the different effects that, like this one right here. Now, I don't know why it's not showing up on this phone, but it does show up on my other phone, which is kind of weird because this one doesn't give me the option to change it, but my other phone does. So that might have something to do with the firmware update. This one probably needs the firmware update. But anyway, you guys can see the lights that are going here in the background. I can switch between different colored lighting modes. Now, what's nice about these lights, you're going to get much more dense lights. 960 LEDs for this. Of course, this has an IP rating. It's going to be good outdoors, indoors, in humidity, all that kind of jazz. let's also take a look at some of the graphical stuff that you can do with this. So here's a really cool one of like the Milky Way. So you guys should be able to see the Milky Way back there. We have another cool one, which is a whale. Hope likes this one a lot. So whenever I remember to do it, I always try to do this whale for her. You know, I don't know why it's moving so fast. I'm going to check on my other phone if I can slow down how fast the whales are coming through, because then that would make it epic. All right, what else do we have? We have abstract. We already looked at that. We have sports. So if you're into sports, here's a cool boxer. You guys should be able to see the boxer back there, you know, doing his thing. Let me bring the camera up just a little bit so you guys can see that a little bit better. Let me tilt that up. There we go. So you guys should be able to see the boxer back there throwing them jabs. Y'all know how we do, you know, quick little hook. All right, we got another guy doing some rope work, you know, just doing his thing. We got a ballerina. All right. All right, so we got something for Halloween too, my babies. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. We got that. And of course, that man has already left the building, but Richard will always be here with us one way or another, even if it's just back here behind my desk getting into mischief, you know, trying to get Louie to do things and get, you know, Smokey excited. So, you know, we got Richard here, you know, and I try my best to drive Richard crazy. I'm always picking on him and making fun of him because he gets me back all the time on TikTok. If you guys are following Richard on TikTok, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Yes, Richard be coming for your brother. Y'all know what I'm saying? I was like, Richard. All right, let's see what else we got. We got a couple more cool things in here. We have animals, we have landmarks, we have all these different things that you can do with this, guys. So find something that you like. And again, you can also go into the shared space and you can find other things that people have done, you know, like this one right here. This is Halloween. I'm just going to click on it and you guys are going to see that pop up really quickly there. And it's literally that quick, that simple to just find something that you like in the shared space, hit apply. Let's say hit apply like this. And next thing you know, boom, you got your little Halloween effect going back there. Cool ghosts flying over the house. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, babies. That is exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So if you're interested in these lights, you can get them here on Amazon right now, guys, for $199.99. $199.99. Let me know which of the lights you guys like the most so far. I still think these are probably one of my favorite lights, bar none, out of all the lights that I have, including this new projector. I'm going to play with it, but I just don't think it's going to have the same impact that these lights are going to have. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, we got one item left in the carousel. Let's go ahead and rock it out because it's time for me to make dinner. Smokey's already making laps, so he's ready to eat too. So the last item in the carousel, guys, is going to be this drawstring backpacks. And as you guys know, I talk about these all the time. One of my reasons for picking these drawstring backpacks, guys, is because I think these are a great item that you could use for reusable shopping bags, storage bags, trick-or-treat bags. Richard probably got 30 of these in his pockets right now as he's running around, you know, acquiring candy. But you can also use these to share some love with your community, with the unfortunate. So if you want to help the homeless community, you know, donate to the women's shelters, even donate to your pet shelters, you can fill these things with love, guys. You can fill this with toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, conditioner, hand sanitizer, pens, pencils, underwear, socks, all that jazz, right? You know, those little reusable water bottles. You can fill them with those sanitation tablets to purify water. Just so many things you can find in bulk here on Amazon. Get your HOA involved, get your school involved, get your business, you know, your company involved, your family and friends, you know, whatever it is, you know, make a party out of it, guys. Make a party out of it. Do like a monthly party where everybody comes over, you're grilling out, you know, everybody's bringing items, you know, that's going to be gifted to people who are in need. Everybody gets to hang out together, you know, watch a movie, watch some TV together, you know, hang out in the backyard, enjoy some of these beautiful Gobi lights. Y'all know what I'm saying? So a lot of cool things that can be done in a way that helps people who are in need. So be a good person, be a good human. That's what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. All right, my babies. Smokey's about to lose his mind. Time for Rome to start making dinner. So let's do that thing. Yes, Smokey's right here under me, y'all. All right, my babies, stay safe out there, guys. Wash your hands, wear a mask when appropriate, take care of your loved ones. Get out there and create something amazing each and every single day. Get out there and get that candy. Get that candy, babies. Get that candy. And I'm not saying eat it all tonight because you will be very sick tomorrow. But any that you decide you don't want, just get at your boy. I'll make it possible to get it to me, and I will store it for you somewhere until next Halloween. But I will also, prevent it from going bad. So if it was, like a date, eat by date on it or something, just to prevent it from going bad, I will take the hit and eat it so you guys don't have to. Okay. All right, my babies, y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. So hopefully everybody had a wonderful night. Terry, thank you for hanging out. Make sure that Bear and Buddy are not getting into the chocolates tonight. I'm just saying, be careful, be careful. A lot of our fur babies wind up in the emergency room on Halloween because they get access to chocolate and stuff like that, and that is bad, bad, bad for them. All right, my babies. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Time for me to say them magic words. Y'all already know what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Peace, peace, and blue muffin grease. I am out. Boom, 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 my babies. I am out of here. Mwah! Love you guys. Happy Halloween. And I'll see you right back here on Amazon and YouTube in 48 hours. Love y'all. But I gotta go cook dinner. So I gotta go. I'm out.